Guys, first Adam here, bringing you another information video on the Diablo 3 PTR patch 2.4.0. I'm doing another Demon Hunter video. This one's on the combined sets of the Marauders and the Shadow set. This is currently the highest PTR leaderboard combination going on right now. I've definitely surpassed my leaderboard's records with the other sets, Unhallowed and Marauders, and Natalia's. So this is definitely a very fun build, very high DPS, and it's an easy build. So right off the bat, there's just two things, or a couple things that you need. One is a Sword of Ill Will. This greatly increases the chakram damage that you deal, 1.3 all the way up to 1.4% increased damage for every point of hatred that you have. So naturally, you'll want to stack as much hatred as you can possibly find. Next, you're going to need the Bombardier's Rucksack for 2 additional sentries and the increased sentry damage. Also, you're just going to need the 4 set from Marauders and 4 set from the Shadow set. So it doesn't matter which pieces you use, just as long as you have 4 of them. Just pick your best pieces that you can find and just equip them. Also, you're going to want this new legendary belt, Zoe's Secret, for the increased toughness that you get per companion. Because of the Marauders, you get up to 5 companions. So 5 times 6.7 is a pretty good damage, not damage, but a toughness increase. Also, the Wraps of Clarity also helps with your toughness. Since you're using Chakram, you're going to be generating hatred rather than spending it, so you're always going to have this procced at all times. So also, you're going to want to use the Traveler's Pledge Compass Rose set, the Endless Walk, because while you're moving, you take reduced damage, and while you're standing still, you deal all the up to double damage, 100% damage. Also, I like to use the Convention of Elements, so when it procs on physical, you just do a shit ton of damage. For your skills, you're going to want Chakram with Razor Disc. You're going to want, for my secondary, some people use Impale or Cluster Arrow or anything. I like to use Mark of Death with Grim Reaper, just because your initial target takes 20% additional damage, and all enemies around that target will take 20% of the total damage dealt to your initial target. So it's just a good AoE and single target debuff for the enemy and buff for you. You're going to want Shadow Power. Doesn't matter which rune you have, because the 4 set bonus from your Shadow set allows you to use Shadow Power against the effect of every rune and lasso forever. This is very nice because you just don't die. You get movement speed, you get toughness increase, you get life on hits, you get just about everything. So you get slows enemies, you double the amount of life per hit that it gives, so reduce the cost of discipline, but you don't activate it, so this is kind of useless. Reduce damage by 35% and increase movement speed by 30%. This 30% movement speed increase stacks with the 25% cap that you can already get through items or Paragon points. So you can have a total of 55% increased movement speed, which is really nice. Allows you to just zip around the area and just kite really, really good. You're going to want Sentry with Polar Station, because the Polar Stations create a little field around them that slows enemies by 60%. This procs your Bane of the Trap, which is one of the legendary gems that you're going to be using, and also is a good offensive defensive item. It slows enemies down so you can get away from them, and also deals moderate damage and procs your Bane of the Trap. You're also going to want your Companion. Doesn't matter which one you have active, since they're all physical. I just always use Wolf Companion no matter what, so just you have that rune. You're going to want Vengeance with Dark Heart for the 50% damage reduction. This is very helpful when you're coming across Elite Pack with a lot of elements, fire or lightning or poison or arcane, anything like that. Reflect damage. Just a good toughness increase for that fight. For your passives, I like Awareness for the extra life, Blood Vengeance to increase my hatred, which also increases the damage of my Chakram. Steady Aim, because overall it's a 20% damage increase rather than Call of the Weak, which is only a 20% damage increase for the enemies that are chilled or slowed. And Custom Engineering to have a maximum of 3 traps or 3 sentries out, increase the duration of them, and allows me to store 3 charges. For my cubed items, I like to have, the Spines of Seething Hatred. I like to have the Aquilia and the Ring of the Royal Grandeur. This is just a great damage or toughness increase for you. As you can see, I'm sitting at 58 million right now, and that's without my Rap's Clarity, my Vengeance, or Shadow Power being active. My overall damage is really low. One thing I do need is an Ancient sort of Ill Will. If I had Ancient, I definitely would be able to be pushing Greater Rift 80. But right now, Greater Rift 70s is a comfortable area to be. I can beat them pretty easily. With that being said, let's just jump right into a Rift and just kind of check out how this this build works for everything. Now, last time I did the 75, I got a really shitty Rift, and I still beat it, but not as fast as I would have liked. Nice thing about the Chakram is that it just goes from it goes to the location of your mouse cursor. So it's a very nice damage ability to use, so that way it doesn't take a whole lot of time to travel to the enemy of which you are trying to attack. And as you can see, it does a fair amount of damage as well. So it's always key to keep all 5 sentries out at the same time. Doing so is the best way to keep pushing out the maximum damage you can possibly do. Always set up a new sentry whenever you come across a new area, just so that it procs you into the trap, and also slows them down, giving you more time to attack before they get to you. Oh yeah, and the gems, I just didn't go over the gems that I'm using, but I'm using Bane of the Trap, Bane of the Stricken, and Zystone of Vengeance. So all DPS buff, and as you can see, my toughness is pretty well, so I don't really need additional toughness gems like Esoteric Alteration or Will of Beast Gizzard or anything like that. So I'm pretty content with just using these. When I activate my Vengeance, as you can see, my toughness, I gain just a shit ton of toughness, so I'm not too concerned. And this build just thrives on recovery and toughness and lots of damage output. So, and since I'm never running low on Hatred, I always keep that extra 50% damage or toughness buff on from my cubed chest armor. So, and nice thing about the Chakram, it's great for single target damage and really strong for just AoE. So you can just clear out lots and lots of mobs very quickly. Not very difficult to do at all. I believe they nerfed the conduit, but I think in the recent PTR update they buffed it a little bit, because I definitely see it doing a lot more damage than what it originally does.
Just a taste.
See, you just destroy just large mob groups. If you can find a really good rift with lots of mob density, this build just thrives so much.
I require aid.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit.
I can't do that.
Yeah, once you get all your turrets firing on one target, you definitely do a lot of damage very quickly. If it's just you firing on the one target, it's not as much. So you definitely have to utilize your sentries pretty well. Make sure they're placed right. Make sure you're slowing the enemies in the right places. I wish all the sentries would attack the same target that you're attacking. That would be really nice. But they kind of just target their own, whatever they feel like targeting. I'm not sure of the pattern why or what they use. It's just what they do. as you can see, it's just a very relaxed play. I mean, I'm not stressing too much. I mean, when elite packs come, they have reflect damage, or just they're move quick, or fast travel, teleport, stuff like that. That can be a little bit more difficult to just to play with, but overall, it's still pretty easy.
Revenge.
Whenever you get the chance, you always should put your mark of death on an enemy, because that just really helps to clear out any ads around that target and just burst down that target, essentially.
I can't do that.
See, once all my sentries focus on one target, you can just see the health just drop really quickly with every attack. And it's just very, very easy. I'm not actually doing too bad on time. I could be clearing it a little bit faster, like I said, if I had a better weapon, an ancient weapon, because I'm missing out on about 30 damage, or 30% damage. I definitely could be clearing this a lot quicker. If I can get my unbuffed sheet damage up to where I'm at now, yeah, this would be a breeze. I can definitely do Greater Rift 80. As it sits right now, I can do Greater Rift 77, I know. Have not tried 78 yet. But I think if I had the right mob density and stuff like that, I can do 80. But that's just fishing for the right rift. And that's something that I don't like to do. I just like to do the rift as it comes.
No, I will not do that.
And when it comes to rift bosses, yeah, they just die extremely quickly. I can typically kill a rift guardian in under 30 seconds. I killed a Rift Guardian on Greater Rift 76 in about 27 seconds. It took me. But I've been debating what character I should play for the next season. The last 2 seasons I've always done Demon Hunter, and all my friends are trying to get me to play something else. I end up playing all the characters, but as my primary, it's always been Demon Hunter. And with this new build, as long as it goes unchanged, because Blizzard hasn't said anything about changing any of the current builds for the Demon Hunter other than the no set rings, the LON, which I don't like to use anyway because they're currently bugged. And what's the point of using something if that's not going to be the general playstyle of how it's going to be on live? They're going to get a drastic nerf. So, also the Crusader Snapshot Thorn damage is kind of bullshit as well. So that's going to get nerfed as well. At least I should hope so, because that's ridiculous. Because right now they're reaching Greater Rift 150.
That would not be wise. I can't do that.
There's just so much bad area. Clusterfuck.
I must wait longer. I need healing.
Go. That was not a very efficient elite pack there. Oh, what you gonna do about it? I could have run past it, but the Demon Hunter, with this build you don't really have an escape, you're not using Tumble, so you typically just don't want to run past stuff, because if you get into a good area, but there's so many enemies, there's no place for you to kite or keep your distance from them. It can be it can turn bad very quickly.
Finally, this is interesting.
That would not be wise.
I'm wounded. Darkness awaits you.
Man, these hell riffs. Not good. I'm in a bad spot. Like I said, no escape, so this is bullshit with these archangels and stuff. Can't get anywhere.
No, I will not do that.
I'm wounded. I must wait longer.
So, who do we got? Oh, we should be pretty easy. So you can see his health is going down fairly quick. Oh shit. Last couple runs, levels have been really bad.
I grow weak.
So once you start building up your Bane of the Stricken, that's when it really starts going down.
I must wait longer.
Really? What the hell? It's like those arms just follow me whichever way I go.
I can't do that.
Because they aren't that hard to fight. It's just bad timing, I guess, with those with all those, I don't know, worm arms things that he shoots out. They were just following me all over the place. No matter how far back I stood, they would just go after me. But anyway, that one was a little rough. Started out really good, but towards the end there it really fell off. But overall, this build is really easy, very fun, lots of toughness, lots of recovery, lots of damage. I mean, that's pretty much what you want to ask for. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole build. There's definitely things that you can tweak on it. Instead of using compass rose, make sure you can try going for like a focus and restraint, and substitute mark of death for like impale or a multi-shot or cluster arrow or elemental arrow, anything like that. Try doing it that way. That's hard. Originally was doing it, but I switched to my compass rose, and actually I'm using a strength compass rose because I have not found a good dex one. I mean, this rolled trifecta and has main stat of strength and a socket on it, but trying to find one that just has crit chance and crit damage on it. Attack speed I can live without, but the more attack speed I have, the more chakrams you can throw out, dealing more damage. So, yeah, that's the new, pretty much the new meta for the Demon Hunter. Very fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. So, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Leave a comment for anything that you guys want me to try out. And as always, thanks for watching. And hope to see you soon in other videos. Later.